Presented by Sprite, the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello again, everybody. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Thanks a lot for being with us. Alongside Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. Tonight, it'll be the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Toronto Raptors in their house, Air Canada Centre. For Toronto, the game tonight marks their second of 4 meetings they will play this season, and they come into this one feeling pretty good after winning the last time they met. You know a guy who's really improved, especially on the rebounding side, is Tristan Thompson. What do you think?
Well, he can bang inside. He can move his feet on the wing, and he can play with that high motor, Ernie.
He did what?
He can play with a high motor.
I want to see that again. Is that like a motorcycle or something?
No, that's the lawnmower.
Wow, what kind of lawnmower do you have?
The thing with the thing on the end.
Well, you may need to take that thing in and have it. May need to get that thing tuned up. Let's go to Kevin Harlan.
The weed whacker.
I love that. That was good. That was good.
The bright lights of downtown Toronto lighting up the night. Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. This is Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Well, it was the Toronto Raptors winning their last game against the Jazz in Utah.
Well, we've seen prettier games out of them than that one, Clark, but it was a win just the same.
And surprising to me, Steve, was more than the win itself was how easy a win it was.
And a look at the starters for the Cavaliers. Irving and Waiters, the guards. Thompson and Verija at the 4 and 5. And it's James in at the small forward position. Now here is Lowry. Johnson, a wide open look. Rebound by Anderson Verija.
James Johnson out of Wake Forest, drafted 16th by the Bulls back in 2009. He bounced around the league, spent some time in the D-League, but found his niche last season as a valued bench contributor for the Grizzlies.
Verija's shot is good.
So the defense just looked a little lazy on the glass there.
Yeah, nobody boxing out. That's inexcusable.
And so here's Toronto. 4-point game. There's a screen. Lowry passes to Valanciunas. DeRozan on the wing. Just 4 to shoot. No luck. So Cleveland will take it the other way.
And Johnson, really embracing the defensive culture in Memphis, and impressive rate of blocked shots for a wing player he has. And Coach Yeager said his energy was really infectious.
Now here is Irving. He picked up 18 points in their last win against the Knicks in New York. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something. You're right. And James Johnson had said earlier in his career he might have taken things for granted, but Steve, he's found that now for his own motivation.
Yeah, spending time in the D-League will give you perspective. He's also had a son. Now he stays in the gym all day, really appreciating this opportunity.
Now here is Irving. Right now averaging 15 points a game. Verija with it. Shot clock at 6. And again, Kyrie Irving.
How about this? They're shooting 80% so far. I know it's early, but offensively they look great.
And the Raptors off to a slow start. Searching for their first points of the game. Now here's DeRozan, averaging 18 points a game. Took the opportunity when he saw it.
Well, it took a while, but somebody finally got a shot to go.
I was starting to get a little concerned for them. It hadn't been pretty to this point.
Here's Irving. Verija with a screen on Lowry. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Right side Lowry. Patterson dishes to Johnson. 6 on the shot clock. Lowry against Irving. And he gets it to go. Lowry's got his first bucket in this one. Cleveland leading by 4.
The Cavs were an all-out mess last year, and a lot of that was because of their depth. They just did not have the punch off the bench to keep leads or bring them back into games.
Now here's Waiters, right now averaging 7 points a game. Here's Irving, and again it's Cleveland. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in.
And with the Cavs, their score differential for their reserves really tells the story. Just way too many points given away when that second unit came onto the floor. It was something they needed to address in the offseason, and they did.
James with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Irving attacking. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. And it's 8 points for Kyrie Irving.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
Now the story is points in the paint, Clark. I mean, they're getting point-blank shots every time down.
Now here's Johnson. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And for the Cavs, depth certainly won't be an issue this time around. A lot of changes and growth for them, resulting in a much deeper and talented roster.
And you know, Kevin, people still underestimate the importance of having a strong bench. The Cavs really struggled with that last year, but with LeBron starting and pushing former starters to the bench, they'll be in a much stronger position.
Now here is Lowry, following the miss by Anderson Varejao. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Again, Toronto.
And he should thank the defense for those 2 points. Really, nobody paid him any mind there.
The Cavaliers leading by 4. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach David Blatt. He told me there aren't many big men with the mobility and length of Jonas Valanciunas, and that he's a player they'll really have to account for, saying, quote, JV's still developing his skill set, but there just aren't that many people in the world of his size. And you factor in his motor, he can really impact a game. Guys, we'll see how they try to deal with him.
And as always, Doris, thank you. Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Tyler Hansbrough's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Johnson comes in for Patrick Patterson. And Lewis Williams subbed in for James Johnson. Now, here's Thompson. Right now averaging 5 points a game. Miller kicks to Dellavedova. Good, and Miller gets the assist. Dellavedova's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Raptors trail by 7. Johnson the screen. Lowry passes to Williams.
Couldn't convert, but nice little two-man game there.
And it wouldn't surprise me to see them go back to that the next trip.
Here's Dellavedova. DeRozan defending. Dellavedova kicks to Jones. Williams attacking. Gets the 14-footer to fall. We've got 28 seconds left in the first. They set the pick. Dellavedova kicks to Miller. Pass to Dellavedova. 5 on the clock. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Dellavedova's got 5 points so far.
You know, the height difference there is huge, but he canceled it out with great body control in the air.
Exactly, Steve. He got to the hoop and wouldn't allow himself to be manhandled by the big boy.
The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Cavaliers lead by 4. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return.
Coming up next Monday night, December 8th, Eric Bledsoe and the Phoenix Suns hit the road for a duel with the Los Angeles Clippers. Do not miss it.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And from what we've seen from the Cavaliers, what do you guys see?
And a good start for this club. I like the way they played together, really moved the ball and did a nice job offensively.
Yeah, excellent ball movement, and it's paid off on the scoreboard, too.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for Cleveland, Lucas is out there with Matthew Dellavedova. Then it's Thompson. Then it's Miller. And it's Marion in a power forward position. Kicks it out to Vasquez. 4 on the shot clock. There's Williams with the 3. Thompson with the rebound.
Tristan Thompson, a ferocious offensive rebounder, top 5 overall in that category last season. For a young player, still only 23, you've got to love his activity on the glass.
Offensive rebound. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Way to play in attack mode and get inside.
And you know, if you're on defense and you're going to foul, make sure it's a good one. They did, preventing the and one.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers.
And right from the start, guys, it's apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
First one falls for him. And Thompson standing about 6'9", but his long arms make him an exciting prospect defensively.
Yeah, he can really affect the game with his length. Not a big-time shot blocker, but he holds up pretty well, both on the ball and as a help defender.
Patterson, he's checked in for the Raptors. Johnson comes in for DeMar DeRozan. And then for Cleveland, LeBron comes in for Mike Miller. And Deion Waiters subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. No good on the second free throw. Well, last season, Tristan Thompson made the decision to change his shooting hand, Clark. He went from shooting with his left to now shooting with his right hand.
Yeah, I've not heard of anything quite like that before, but he improved his free throw shooting substantially as a result of the change, and he gets to the line fairly often, so I think that's a nice development. I love that young man's work ethic and what he brings to a team in terms of rebounding and physicality.
I think LeBron's going to like playing with him.
I agree.
Here is Lucas, following the score by Lou Williams. LeBron dishes to Lucas. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Here's Marion. Busts the J after the cagey pass fake.
Well, Thompson is ambidextrous. You know, he throws a baseball right-handed, writes with his left, and you got to give him credit for taking a chance with a whole new method of shooting, and it's paying dividends.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Hey, Kevin. Kyle Lowry was a hot name in free agency, but he opted to remain with the Raptors, signing a 4-year, $48 million contract. As Kyle said, you don't get many opportunities to have a team you can call your own. Guys, after playing as a backup for most of his 9-year career, Lowry is excited to have that lead role.
He had to work to become a star player. That's great to see, Doris. Thanks. Here's James. Patrick Patterson picking up that last bucket. Here's Lucas. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Lucas has got his first basket of the night.
And Thompson prone to getting his shot blocked inside despite his length and athleticism. You know, being ambidextrous, you would think that he at some point developed that ability to be a better finisher inside with either hand. We'll see.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. They went to Cleveland for their last meeting with the Cavaliers, and they came out with a win.
Yeah, that last meeting, they won the game, and remember, it was a huge day for the bench. I mean, they got some key points from their reserves.
Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Amir Johnson. Cleveland also making some changes. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Thompson, and Irving subbed in for John Lucas. Now, here's Patterson, averaging 6 points per contest. On the wing, Williams. Right side, Williams. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Williams has got 4 points in the quarter. Steve talked about the contribution they got from their bench in winning this matchup last time, Clark, and it was a great game for them in that regard.
Kevin, it really was. I mean, the depth they have was apparent on that day. I mean, there was no drop-off when they went to their bench, and the coach has to be extremely confident knowing that his reserves can handle their weight.
Here's Vasquez, following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Vasquez passes to Patterson. He dishes it to Williams. He kicks to Vasquez. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Vasquez has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Irving kicks to Marion. Toronto grabs the miss.
You know, not only is the game neck and tight, but the rebounding battle is too. Extremely close on the board.
And both teams have really put in a terrific effort down low.
Those are starting to add up. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 of them have been three-pointers.
And it's not just great offense, Clark. The defense is really lacking. Not enough energy on their closeouts.
Timeout called, Cleveland. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
And a very confident performance offensively, I think, guys, is really how this team clicks. I mean, when they're communicating and executing, sharing the ball, they're tough to beat.
And, Steve, you got to love that kind of performance on the road. I mean, to be a great team in the NBA, you have to be able to have that kind of performance in the other team's building. It's really solid.
Now, here's LeBron. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against New York. Raiders against Patterson. And there's a minute 45 left in the second quarter. Lowry kicks to Valanciunas. Great D that time from LeBron.
The Raptors, one of the top defensive teams in the league last season. Not something we've historically associated with this franchise, but give credit to Dwayne Casey and his staff. I mean, they've got this young team competing at that end of the floor, and that's where it starts if you're going to be good defensively. You've got to want to play at that end of the floor.
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. And guys, you look at the progress defensively for the Raptors. Remember, from 2009 to 2011, they were, Steve, the worst defense in the entire league.
One of the reasons they brought in Dwayne Casey, who was the defensive architect for the Mavericks during their 2011 championship run.
Free throw good, Lowry.
For the first time in a long time, it seems that the Raptors have a clear vision of where they are headed and are on the right track, and it helps when you know where you're going. You can definitely feel a sense of hopefulness and optimism around this team and among the fans.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Hansborough's come in for Patrick Patterson, and it's DeRozan in for Vasquez. Well, if you were to say the Raptors weren't good before last year, that's not the case at all. They just seem to be stuck where they were.
Yeah, and often in the NBA, it's a lot worse to be stuck in a place than it is to be back. You don't have a chance to bounce forward if you're stuck. When you're bad, you do get a chance to improve through the draft. And last year, the Raptors improved, and they've got a bright future.
The Raptors have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter, over 60% shooting. And DeRozan kicks to Lowry. Back to DeRozan. Outside for Lowry. Feeds it to DeRozan. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got 3 assists now in this one. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Here's James. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's his first trip to the line.
Well, he's become one of the most dependable free throw shooters around, about 82% on the year.
And it's clear that's a change for the better from what he was able to do at the free throw line a year ago, guys.
The free throw drops for James. Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for James Jones. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
Yeah, they're getting to the line an awful lot in this quarter, and it's not an accident. They've been very aggressive.
Yeah, it's been very intentional. I mean, they've picked up the aggression, and it could get them out of this hole.
Lowry kicks to DeRozan with 4 seconds on the clock, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That's on LeBron James. Toronto's shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
2 shots.
That's good from DeMar DeRozan. Both teams deciding to change it up. Both free throws good from DeRozan. Here's Irving. No good. Second quarter ends in a tight one. The Raptors out in front. They lead by 4. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Gentlemen, I'm over here with Tristan Thompson, and after that first half, Tristan, what's the plan going to be for this second half?
Well, it's simple. It's going to be a dogfight. You know, they got big guys, true bigs, and we got to come out, play hard, and not let up.
You have to have plenty of bark in a dogfight, Tristan. Thank you. Guys?
Thank you so much, Doris. Great interview as always. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with the second half of basketball shortly. And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
Yeah, he played a very mature first half offensively, just finding gaps and making good decisions, getting into the defense and knocking down shots.
Well, the way he played that first half, that's exactly what we're talking about when we say offensive efficiency.
Raptors leading by 4. Well, the Cavaliers largely underachieved last season. A big part of that was constantly dealing with distractions the entire season, it seemed.
Yeah, it certainly appeared that way. It was always something with players fighting in-house or items getting leaked to the media and causing things to get stirred up. It's very hard when those distractions are circulating for you to be effective.
Lowry and DeRozan, they're the backcourt. Patterson is the 4 with Valanciunas in the middle. And it's Johnson in at the 3 slot. They're the group for Dwayne Casey starting the second half. Here's Irving after the made shot from Jonas Valanciunas. James outside, 6 to shoot. Irving dishes to Varejao. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. 6 points for Anderson Varejao. And with Cleveland, it was just a train of events that led to the bad environment between players getting into it with each other and saying they wanted out of Cleveland. Some players saying it was about their brand and nothing else. They did everything they could do to get things in order this summer and did a pretty good job at it.
On better footing now for sure.
And now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, Cavaliers head coach David Blatt, unknown here in the United States, but he spent the last 2 decades establishing himself as the premier coach in Europe. Last season, he led Maccabi Tel Aviv to an upset EuroLeague title. One GM described the team as, quote, outgunned at every position except coach. Kevin, it's been his dream to coach in the NBA.
Many consider him a genius-level coach. Doris, thanks. We'll see how he does. Here's Lowry. He's got 6.
And for the Cavs, they needed to have a big change in culture, and they seemingly did that with bringing LeBron back into the fold and hiring Blatt. You can expect them to be solely focused on winning games this season.
The Raptors have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4.
Well, how about the numbers for this club? As a team, 79% from the free throw line this year.
One of the things they've done, guys, is taken pride in their free throw shooting this season, and rightfully so.
Making the playoffs was a goal the Raptors had been working towards for a long time, and last year they were able to get back to the postseason for the first time since 2008.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. A long drought came to a close last year, Clark, for Toronto. It wasn't a long ride in the playoffs, but the Raptors sure provided some excitement.
Well, that Game 7 loss to the Nets, Kevin, broke some hearts, but that's just a young team losing to a veteran team, and that always serves you well when you're looking to become more competitive, and ultimately the Raptors benefit from that type of experience.
Patterson, that's good. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. And Waiters kicks to Varejao. He feeds it to Irving. Tries from 10, and the Cavaliers getting another bucket right there.
And they're beginning to fall apart a little bit defensively, especially inside.
Well, that's 4 straight buckets now at the rim.
Lowry against Irving. DeRozan passes to Lowry. Back to DeRozan. Patterson dishes to DeRozan. Shot clock at 5. And he gets the bucket. DeRozan's got 11 points.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Timeout called the Cavaliers.
Yeah, and guys, I think he feels like he can make a few improvements during this timeout. Just kind of make a couple of adjustments, get his club back on track.
You know, coaches are always tweaking and tinkering with things mid-game. Actually, sometimes they overdo it.
Lou Williams is checked in for Toronto. And a switch here also for Cleveland. Sean Marion is checked in for Anderson Varejao. The Cavaliers trail by 4. Outside Irving. Shots good by Waiters.
Kyrie Irving 3 seasons ago was the only rookie in NBA history to shoot as well as he did from the three-pointers, the field, and the free throw line. There's no question about it. He is an elite shooter.
You've got to like what they've been doing down there in the low post, Clark.
I do. I love it. Their rebounding has been outstanding. So important in a tight game.
Now, here is Irving. 16 points for him. For the tie, here's Thompson. And it's all evened up. Thompson's got 5 now.
It's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint. I guess the good news is they've taken away the outside shot.
Well, you know what? It doesn't matter how good their perimeter defense is if they're going to allow inside looks as easy as that.
Now, here is Lowry. He's got 6. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Shot clock at 6. Here's Valanciunas, banked in off the glass. Valanciunas has got 4 points now in the quarter.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded-out physical game.
Yeah, that was your game, Clark. Pound it inside and take the ball right to the defense.
That's what I tried to do, man. I knew my limitations.
Good on the shot. Marion's got it all tied up now for the Cavs.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
Now here's Patterson, averaging 6 points per contest. Patterson setting the pick for DeRozan. Shoots off the screen, and the Raptors tack on 2 more.
That was an outstanding pick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated, but not undervalued.
LeBron outside. Pass to Irving for the lead. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Toronto's gone a very strong 4 for 5 from three-point land in the ball game. Williams kicks to Valanciunas. And it's Lowry penetrating. The kick out to Williams. Passes to Valanciunas. No good. Good D by James. Cavaliers have gone 7-9 from the field to start this second half. Some tremendous shooting from them. Back to Irving. Good, and the assist goes to James. James has got his 3rd assist on the night. There's 48 seconds left in the 3rd. They set the pick. Outside Lowry. Now the feed to Williams. Back to Lowry. Puts it up from 12, and he knocks down the jumper. Lowry's got his 3rd basket of the night. Cavaliers trailing. Irving passes to James. Thompson left side. Outside Irving for the lead. Another miss by Irving. And here's Lowry. He's got 8. Shot from the wing. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And we just finished the 3rd quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Raptors lead by 2. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily.
Coming up next Wednesday night, December 10th, Chris Paul and the Los Angeles Clippers go up against Paul George and the Indiana Pacers. Live from Indianapolis. Be there.
And it's time now to reveal our State Farm assist of the game. Today, Steve, it's a big man winning the honor.
And it was a no-brainer. This assist was really out of this world. I mean, he had a great understanding of the situation and where the ball had to go.
Well, Cleveland shooting a magnificent 69% in this game. And Cleveland looking at who they've got to start the 4th quarter. James Jones is out there with Marion. Then it's Matthew Dellavedova. Then it's Mike Miller. And it's Verajao in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Marion. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. And here's Vasquez. Now here's Johnson. Stolen by Verajao. Jones drives in. Miller outside. Marion dishes to Jones. And it's Miller in the corner. With the teardrop. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Hansbrough's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
James Johnson really seemed to solidify his place in the league with his play last year. You can tell he's slimmed down, and he's never looked more athletic.
And Johnson in great shape, able to play that hustle role.
And he's one bad man, Kevin. He comes from a martial arts family now. James, his parents, and his siblings all are black belts. Don't mess with those folks, man. Do not mess with them.
And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time.
Not a typical trip to the line for him there. He had been knocking them down today.
Here's Dellavedova, sinks the 15-footer. Dellavedova's got the game tied up here for the Cavs.
Tired legs can affect you at the defensive end, and I think that's what's happening right here.
I agree, because as much offense as we saw early, we're seeing even more of it here late.
Now here's Vasquez. Back to DeRozan. That falls. Great assist by Vasquez. And that's 15 points for DeMar DeRozan. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. And the Cavaliers call time here.
Rivas Vasquez throughout his career has been more of a passer than a scorer, but last season the highest scoring rate of his career, and he's improved his three-point shot every season up to almost 38% last year.
Lucas is checked in for the Cavaliers. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Yes, Kevin, during that last break, I heard David Blatt as he addressed his team. He told them, guys, we're getting bogged down in the half court. Let's get out and run, see what's available in early offense. If there's nothing there, we can always back it out and run our sets. Good advice, Kevin.
Now, here is Miller. Back to Lucas. Back to Miller. Clock at 6. From 10 feet out. Good! And Vasquez throwing as a shooter. He'd always been more than solid at the free throw line.
Yeah, and even there, a career-high 88% last season, partner. You throw in his floater in the lane, nice in-between game. You've got to like the way he's developing offensively.
Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Dishes to Hansbrough. And blocked. Goes back up. And gets hacked by the D. He'll go to the line. They get Sean Mary.
Yeah, the defender draped all over him.
Pretty plain and simple. Got him good there.
Tyler Hansbrough, known as Psycho T back at North Carolina. Big-time banger, seeks contact offensively, and draws a lot of fouls, too.
No good on that one.
And Hansbrough single-minded offensively, and I don't mind that. Hey, you catch the ball in positions he gets it in to score. Some would even go so far as calling him a black hole, but, last season he was a little more selective, and I think he had his best season yet as far as scoring efficiently.
He hits the second from the line. And Hansbrough, a pretty good post defender. His physicality really serves him well.
And he's improved his rebounding rate the last couple of seasons as well. He's got good mobility for his size, so he keeps himself in the mix for all those loose balls.
Now, here is Miller. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
The Cavs just never really built any consistency last year for long stretches, and when that happens, it's hard to get wins away from home.
Cleveland, as you said, struggling on the road last year. Only 14 road wins. That's not going to cut it. Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. Well, a big part of the problem for Cleveland last year was talent on the roster, so we can assume things will be different Clark on the road for him this season.
Things are going to be different in a lot of ways as long as LeBron is leading the way. And they'll be on the same page. He'll make sure of that. So look for a lot different outcomes in Cleveland.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Johnson sends the screen for Lowry. Nice work there coming off the screen. And that's now 17 points for DeMar DeRozan. Cavaliers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Dellavedova, and some very quick points for him on that possession. And the Cavaliers lead by 1. Toronto's gone a very strong 4 for 5 from three-point land in the ball game. Johnson sends the screen for Lowry. The pass to Johnson. Outside DeRozan. Outside Lowry. Beyond the arc. Can't get it to go. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. Miller with the ball. Lowry picks him up. Marion outside. Verajao with a screen on DeRozan. 6 to shoot. Here's Marion. And it's Toronto with the rebound. And DeRozan kicks to Lowry. There's the dish to Johnson. Thompson comes with the double team. Toronto with the ball. Just 5 to shoot. Here's DeRozan. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
What a game we've seen here for DeRozan. He's got 17 points and a steal.
He's just been making one play after another, from one baseline to the other, covering the whole court.
Full throttle up and down the court. He has not let up one bit.
First free throw is good. And some changes here for the Raptors. Jonas Valanciunas comes in for Tyler Hansbrough. And it's Patterson in for Amir Johnson. Then for the Cavaliers, LeBron, he's checked in for Marion. Waiters comes in for Miller. And Irving subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. And so he makes both from the line.
How big was that? He's just so reliable, so confident at the free throw line.
Irving drives in. LeBron outside. Back to Irving. From 13. And it's off the back rim. No good.
And that's a shot he had to take.
For sure, it was a good decision, just poor execution.
And the Raptors call time here. They're up by 1. There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter. With the lead. The drive by Lowry. And there's 1:45 left in the fourth. Patterson passes to Lowry. Left side Lowry. Here's Valanciunas. And the shot is good.
Boy, what a great job making good on the second opportunity. He stayed with that play from start to finish.
Breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Raptors.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
Now, it seems to me that they're taking a lot of pride in their rebounding tonight, especially at the offensive end, guys.
Now, here is Irving. James right side. Rebound by Kyle Lowry.
Surprisingly, he hasn't really been a big part of their offense. I don't think he ever got into a rhythm.
Lowry setting the pick for Patterson. It's DeRozan with the drive.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
Poke loose. Irving kicks to Waiters. Cleveland moving the ball around. He's looking for James and finds him. Nails it! And that shot brings them to within just one.
Well, they're having major trouble dealing with LeBron.
So, guys, it comes down to this.
Time, Kevin, for the stars to shine.
Lowry dishes to DeRozan. From downtown, it's money from deep.
And that is the shot of the game.
Well, he's got the guts and courage to take it and the skill to make it.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. They're down by 4. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Irving for 3. The shot is off. Now Toronto takes it the other way, and so they choose to intentionally foul.
That's his second personal foul. Penalty situation. Shooting for Toronto, James Johnson. At the line for 2.
He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Those foul shots put them that much more in the driver's seat.
LeBron passes to Irving. Good! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Whoa, that's a big shot right there.
And that one really took the air out of this crowd.
Kevin, the silence is deafening.
And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Yeah, you got to freeze the clock. I mean, that's the enemy in this situation.
A few misses at the line, and they're in good shape.
DeRozan. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so he drops them both. It's a 5-point game.
And thanks to those free throws right there, it becomes a 2-possession game.
And the Cavaliers call time here. They're losing by 5. 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
Well, the way to go here, you got to get a quick basket and then a foul. That's the only course of action at this point.
And it's key who they foul. Don't send an excellent free throw shooter to the line here.
$15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The drive by James connects.
Very well done. He is a confident, dynamic scorer.
And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
That's his second personal foul. Penalty situation. Shooting for Toronto, Kyle Lowry. At the line for 2.
He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
And it just feels like those are the free throws that probably put this game out of reach.
Waiters, off target from downtown.
Well contested shot, and they did an excellent job of not fouling the shooter.
Defense is about effort and commitment and discipline. He's a good defender because of those things.
And so it's Toronto winning this one. They came, they saw, they conquered.
Hey, Kevin, to me, any win is a good win.
Well, that'll do it. For Doris Burke, Steve Kerr, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long. We'll see you next time. And as we leave, we give you our Jordan Player of the Game, DeMar DeRozan.